So, as you guys can probably tell, we listen to a lot of unique music on the channel and follow very different rabbit holes. And the Pat Metheny rabbit hole has been immensely rewarding for me because I like music that takes me out of my comfort zone. And often with Pat Metheny, that is exactly what you get and then some. And in that spirit, today we are going to be doing another Pat Metheny double reaction. We're going to be checking out the songs Are We There Yet and Same River. And I'm told that both of these songs are experimental, which you already are experimental when you're talking about Pat Metheny, but if it's experimental for a PMG song, uh, we're going to be in for it. So I'm excited to check these out today. But before we do, a thank you goes to Daniel the Wholesome for your generous donation request and these selections. Now, let's jump into it. Hold on, something's happening with the tempo, or not tempo, rhythm. Ten seconds in. Oh God, back when I was a kid, I would go on my parents' piano, and it was a digital piano. I would go to the effects button, and each piano key became a new effect, and I would just spam all of the buttons and create a different assortment of sound. Uh, this is like a more cohesive version of what I was doing when I was younger. God, this is gonna be hard to wrap my brain around. Okay, from the top rope. This instrument is like part of their signature sound. I rarely bring this point up anymore. I used to, I think, earlier last year in my reactions, but it occurs to me now, this song, bear with me, it sounds different when you headbang along to it at a half tempo versus on beat. Just follow along with me and then see if what I'm saying at all resonates with you. So you could do this, or the every other beat. And it sounds different when I do that. Because it's almost like what you're headbanging along to, if you're headbanging to the drumming or let's say the guitar synthesizer stuff, that becomes where your mind focuses. Um, it's the best I've got in terms of explanation. When I slow it down too, I go to the bass more. This is unfathomable. Where do you come up with this? And do you even hear like this, what is it called? The whistle sound, like traveling through your headphones too. It's like all of these unique elements that nobody else employs in their music. They add, that's the first thing that differs them, and then they start to add more complexity to that already unique thing. It's like traveling. This is the jazz that she told you not to worry about. But it's really not even jazz. It is just feverish. You know, I can't help but to sometimes just laugh when I listen to Pat Metheny, throw my hands up, and just enjoy the cacophony. Good, I needed this moment to rest. Good God. Yeah, it is definitely more experimental. Like, it's definitely experiential. It's not catchy in the same way that, like, popular music tends to be catchy. We're just being thrust into new universes, and that's the joy. Wow, that reminded me of Requiem for a Dream for a moment, like the TV show. And then the applause from the crowd. Now the distant, like, game show music, which is PMG for sure. am I getting emotional? Oh. Whoa. I feel like I'm like falling into this song now. Like that Mad Men quote. Stare into the painting, you fall in. Just, it's like these melodies are almost ancient. Yeah, that is hard for me to like wrap my brain around, like, at all. The way the way it strikes me, like especially what we had in the beginning, I feel like the beginning itself was its own like separate experience. That I feel like is more of a flex, that they can take so many unique sounds and textures really and string them all together in a way that is still digestible to our minds, but not as melodic. It's almost like it's like challenging us to pick up on the rhythms as they unfold, and being able to like identify, almost like we're playing like like an audio version of Fruit Ninja, having to like slice the different textures and fruits as they appear. And the slicing is a version of being able to actually identify that it's there, and then it again vanishes. Put differently, like listening to PMG is almost like as a listener we're doing this like perpetual juggling act, trying to hold it all together. But at some point when you realize, well, there's way too many, I'm like juggling like 40 different items, you just let it all fall, and then wherever the pieces lay in your brain, that is more of the, again, joy of the experience. Because the destroyed tapestry of what you thought you could understand about music is laid before you, and now how do you feel in that experience? Almost like a version of, you have to hit rock bottom before you can finally start ascending in your understanding of where your life ought to go. When you hold on to trying to understand music for so long, it becomes too analytical. It becomes more of an intellectual exercise rather than an experiential one. And when you can let it all go is when the unique flavors start to become more salient in your mind. And I can only say this from the perspective of a reactor, where I listen to all kinds of music all day, and I do try to give my very analytical observations. But I also recognize that you can overdo it in that domain, and letting things fall into place as they do with PMG may be a better approach. And despite me knowing these things, I still often revert to my over-analysis and attempt to understand. But I just like that through like the sheer weight of all that they do, you're forced into that latter position of just giving into the experience. That said, like, this is the kind of song I would listen to again, not for melody, but just to figure out more of the structure and what's going on. But let's see what the next song is about. This one is Same River. When you start with the upright bass like that, I feel like we're more cleanly in the world of jazz now. Oh, I like that the melody is just floating in. No rush at all. It's like they're slowing down time. Oh, and the strings underneath. Pretty as ever. I like it. I like that this is not very flashy, but it is very meaningful. It's like the brightness in the keys are the one like staccato texture, everything else is just like a river. Wow. Oh, these just these note choices are so impressive. Oh, the way that this has been growing. Wow. Do 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 do. Those descending chords. And now where do we go? Yeah. Such a rich, lush sound. Wow, that's pretty. The strings have been so nice in this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, out of the two songs today, I definitely prefer Same River, just in terms of the melody and the overall feel. Like it's easier for me to uh, glob onto. And I had this interesting thought. I'll do my best to describe it, but like listening to PMG, it is experiential. Like that is just without a doubt. And I think I can go a little bit deeper in that in that explanation for what that means. It's almost as if like when you go on a hike, for example, and you don't know how long you've been walking, you don't know how long you have to go to reach the summit or back to the beginning of the trail. There's a few landmarks that maybe you recognize, maybe you don't, but so very often when I go hiking, I've been walking for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 2 hours, and just feels like I'm passing through similar pastures, but I don't actually know if I'm like returning to that same place or not. So on the way to that summit, just to paint a more clear example, there's so much that I'm not recognizing. And on the way back, you'd feel like you would know more of those same landmarks and entities, but not all the time. And you have a different perspective on those same elements. But even on the way to the summit, a lot of the elements you feel like you've already seen before, as if you're repeating. But when you're put into a random place in the forest, right? All you're doing is experiencing the forest around you. And when you continue through the forest, there's differences in the landscape and the environment, but there's no like general structure. If you have, 1,000 trees within 100 feet, and then you walk another 100 feet, there may be 2,000 trees. And then it goes to 100 trees. Like, if you apply that idea of trying to like, oh gosh, if you apply that idea to song structure where you try to like predict, okay, we have a verse, a pre-chorus, a chorus, and you can identify where those like start and stop moments are, I think in nature it is not as clean as that. It'll usually just be like a very blurry, fuzzy distribution of trees rather than the clean, 1,000, 2,100. And in that kind of sense, when you listen to PMG, it is as if they are capturing nature in their music, because nature is very haphazard. Nature is just what it is. And if you're an artist, all you need to do to show the beauty in the world is just to do your best and depict nature through your art rather than creating a new one. That being said, you can also create new nature, and PMG often do that. They bring us to new places that no one else has traversed before. I don't know, it feels like PMG's music, it is such a natural expression of music where there's less rigidity, there's no like reliance on a certain formula or structure to create their work. Like every single song is just an N of one experience. Yeah. I was thinking too more about Are We There Yet? Like that question, are we there yet? With PMG, like that is never a question you can really have an answer to. It's just when the song ends is like, yeah, maybe you've arrived, but we're just always on the journey of listening to music as it relates to PMG. So we're never there yet. We're never going to get there. We're always going to be in this kind of like transitory place. But let me know what your thoughts are on these tracks today. Again, like I said, I think Same River goes up here for me. Are We There Yet down here for me? But that's just my perspective. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. And if you would like to request a reaction yourself, you can please hit the first link in the description box. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.